So, welcome back to the channel. This is erotic tarot time. So you know what kind of time we on. I am in the process of uploading the Taurus Full Moon reading. I was live, but I have no idea if it's going to work because, you know, we are in the Mercury retrograde shadow. But I feel like this is going to be a quick snack. A quick reading for those reconnecting with pleasure. This Taurus moon, I mean, I don't think it gets any sexier than that, to be quite honest. The earthly Venusian, the tangible gorgeousness, like, please. So, I will say, this is very much, I'm very much hoping that the Taurus moon uploads. As I finish twisting my my hair, let's get into it. I'm trying to see what I'd like to use. Am I using any stones? I don't know. But let's open up Sensual Sacred Space. This is for adults, grown folks. And that is the gist of that. Let us reconnect to pleasure, joy, as this, you know, the next few years is going to be a ride, and a lot of planets. December is going to have a lot of things retrograding, directing, moving around. So yeah, check your planetary skies. Yeah. So if you haven't yet, check out the Taurus Full Moon, but also a lot of these readings that I've given last longer than we think, and the messages might hit later versus on that exact moon. So don't be afraid to go and check it out. I don't know why I'm still, I guess we got 4 cards. That's what's happening. So, I'm hoping that it's quickies. My voice is getting a little tired, but I just kept, you know, I gotta get things done. And when I need to get things done, instead of getting them done, what do? Read tarot instead. So, I'm gonna do it like this. This is the bloodstone. This is the silver sheen obsidian. This is fluorite. And this is carnelian. So if you are new here, welcome. This is for reconnecting to the pleasure person in you, your sensuality. It may discuss somebody else, but I like to focus on those watching. And so if it hits, it hits. I always like to know if it resonates. I love to know what card, because I'm nosy, what card you got. And if you like it, like, share, subscribe. If you're trying to keep it, you know, a secret, like, share it with somebody else, with a homie that won't shame you or something. But we are shame-free here. Period. Okay. So, the first card, second card, third card, fourth. Give you some time, and we will start with the first card. I've been talking a long time, friends. This is 2. I gotta put it here. don't know why I have a deck out, but let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. African bloodstone for grounding, for heart-centered healing. You can't enjoy pleasure without your heart being in it. Like, not on a romantic tip, but in like really, really being able to be present, right? When our hearts are fully involved in pleasure, it's a whole different experience than like being in our head, being only connected through our sexual organs. There's something, it's like an extra oomph, right? Sometimes pleasure can be, it is a type of self-love, self-care, and a way of affirming ourselves. So we don't always got to do it with other people. And so, if you have not been grounded into your body, when's the last time you've connected to yourself sensually? We are passionate beings. We are sensual beings. And we deserve pleasure. And we are worthy of pleasure. So, if you have had shame or you feel shame around it, maybe it's time to work on that. I'm literally twisting my hair and giving a reading. I don't know what's happening, but hey, welcome. All right, so let's see what this card is. A lot of these revealed themselves to me. The one I don't know fully is the fourth one. So, but I literally shuffled now, so I don't even remember what they were. And happy Buddha of enlightenment. Sex can bring enlightenment. Post-nut clarity, that's real. Page of Candles. I mean, how sexy is that? Let me show you. Let's see. Yeah, you can clearly see that. Page of Candles. Page of Candles gives me yeah, just fun. Like, maybe you're invited to be a third. Maybe you invite someone to be your third. 3 consenting humans having a great time. Right? All right. Page of Candles. Not just a playmate, but also a good friend. Someone trustworthy and loyal with whom you can let your guard down and be yourself. The Page of Candles really gets you. And the two of you have a level of comfort around each other that makes lovemaking easy, natural, and nourishing. In other words, the perfect fuck buddy or wing person when you are on the prowl. As an energy, outside of it being a person, how can you be that to yourself, right? Being mean to our bodies also forces disconnect with our pleasure self, right? Or it forces us to look for somebody else to affirm our bodies and ourselves. And so be your best wing person. Be your best fuck buddy. If you don't know what arouses you, maybe it's time to explore. Maybe it's time to reintroduce yourself to pleasure and what that looks like for you. Maybe it's time to add new things to your repertoire. And so be your best wing person. Treat yourself gently or not, right? Like whatever you're into. But also make sure that whoever you invite into your space not only sees you as a good time, but takes care of you and is interested in safety, right? And allowing you to fully be vulnerable in a pleasurable state. Because don't let nobody treat you any kind of how. it will unground you, to be quite honest, to be like not mistreated, but like carelessness for somebody who is in a vulnerable state before anything else, it can throw you off energetically, holistically. So be careful, be mindful, be intentional with yourself. Okay, card number 1. And have a good time. When you are safe and all of the T's are crossed, the I's are dotted, you can actually fully enjoy yourself without shame. So, if you're into something, a kind of kink or something, and you're like, I don't know if this person's feeling it, explore it with yourself if you can, right? Discuss it with somebody to see, like your main thing or this new person or whatever. Discuss it and see what their reaction is. And based on that, if I can do this with that person, or they responded a way that I ain't really feel. That's not your perfect fuck buddy. If they are not curious and they're like, oh, that's great, time to go, run, actually. Run and do not look back. Do not engage further. Take a next one. Okay? So, that is card number 1. Thank you. So we have here, I should have shown the other card. What? There you are. Okay, I was like, this is too high. Silver Sheen Obsidian. That gives a lot of nurturing energy or protective energy to me. Obsidian is the energetic absorber, so it's kind of like having a bodyguard at your energetic door. And Silver Sheen is return to sender energy, so be mindful of who comes into your space. You don't want to be sleeping with the enemy, okay? But also know that you are protected. And make sure, like, if you're a little iffy on whoever this is, you can still protect yourself during, literally, figuratively, physically, and energetically. 10 of Candles. This was actually in the reverse. That's why I, paused before. 10 of Candles. You might be in need of breaking up with whoever your fuck buddy was. You see how that's past tense, not is? Or may have gone through this recently. And let's read the guidebook. But 10 of Candles is usually the 10 of Swords, which is actually positive. Having it in the upright, you're in a transition. That's what it's giving me. So when it came out, it was in the reverse, and then I flipped it. So to have it flipped is the moment where you're like, I haven't been feeling this person, or I haven't been enjoying myself on my own, or what have you. Boom. You've become very good at pleasing others at your own expense. You suspect that if you want to be pleasured, the only one you can rely on is yourself. That's why this is in the reverse. Why not consider delegating? See what someone else can do to lighten your load. Let them take the reins and you may be pleasantly surprised. So if you don't feel safe with this person, let them go, right? If you're like, I haven't tried XYZ, I do feel safe, but I don't know, we're not so compatible, you can have a conversation and be like, I like this more. Direct. You got to know you before you can assume someone else will know you, right? Direct, delegate, let them know. Sometimes people like that stuff. Sometimes people need to be told. And they're like, oh, okay. But the key is this person interested in ensuring that you are experiencing full pleasure, right? Are you having orgasms with this person? Are you enjoying each other? If any of those are a no, then you need somebody else. If it's like, it could be better, then I think that's a conversation to be had. But also, you don't got to do everything yourself. You don't. This is what conversation communicating does. Because if you are with somebody and then you gotta relieve yourself and orgasm by yourself, what was the purpose? What was the reason? No. So allow yourself the ability to explore, and you can make it fun, right? You can make it a game, you can make it role play, get creative. So that way you're not engaging for obligation or whatever, right? That's boring. It's not fun. And it makes you comfortable with receiving the bare minimum. You're not here to receive the bare minimum. Especially with that's, with what it said is like you like to give at your expense. So when is it your turn? Now. It's now. Okay? So, but you also have to feel like you're worthy of it now. That you deserve pleasure. That you are not just here to please somebody else. And that you're not just with somebody who's only interested in that. Because there are some people, men I've encountered, they're like, nah, I don't do this. Next. We are grown. Move on. And as we move on, Wheel of Fortune for card number 3. I like it. I've never pulled this card. So this is really interesting. There's a lot of hands in here. A lot of people. It is a spin the bottle, so let's get curious. Let's see what this says. Oh, so fluorite. Okay. So fluorite, this is in like a thing of, it's like a little rose. But fluorite is great for cleansing your energies around, like an empath who absorbs too much energy, or somebody who just works with a lot of people. Sometimes you need an energetic refresh. And so it's great for that. This is also purple. So I would say this helps with like eliminating the white noise of too many opinions, right? Like that noise of just like, oh, I wouldn't do that, or I would never, or I wouldn't go here, So if you need to quiet the mind from time to time, I would recommend being alone for a little bit to regroup. Maybe you need to introvert, hide in the bathroom during a party, or if you go to a sex party or a pleasure party, I think is what it's called more, or a kink event or whatever, and you're overwhelmed, you don't have to partake in anything. You can observe, or you can go to, I'm sure they have like chilling out rooms. I haven't been, but if you know of any, let me know, that are Black and brown focused. But yeah, like explore, but also give yourself the time to just like take it all in. The jokes make themselves. But the Wheel of Fortune is also the completing of something, right? Like, so if you've been doing some shadow work, or you've been going through certain cycles and you've made the decision to like change something, or you just feel like you've been kind of like in a hamster wheel without being able to actually run, the wheel's just moving without you and you are being dragged through. Things don't always stay the same. Things change. And some things are seasons, right? It won't always be this way. And so Wheel of Fortune, in a good sense, change is coming. And so let's see what it says. So like if you've been single a long time and you're like, bruh, when is it my turn to enjoy passion, sex, pleasure, not by myself, right? All right. A grand game of chance. Whose turn is it to be top or bottom? Keywords: getting lucky, social world, risk-taking, temporary, good or bad luck. It's Uranus, so expect the unexpected. Switching, turn-taking, sex games. We can't know what to expect in the great sexual lottery. We swipe right, cruise the social circuit, wear our lucky underwear, make some careful choices, and take a few risks. Hope for success, but realize that you can never totally control the result. That's what makes it fun. Advice: luck is likely to be on your side, so take a chance if it's offered. Fate, seasons, and cycles work in your favor. And so, if you've been locked up like Rapunzel for a long time, maybe it's time to go outside a little bit and see what happens, right? Maybe you meet someone. Maybe you, I don't know, get invited somewhere. Maybe you finally say yes and you end up meeting someone who's at your frequency. Or maybe you just have a good time and you're like, wow, I was missing this. We don't know, but spin and see what you win. Or take turns. If you've been in the same positions or y'all been doing the same thing and every week it's Tuesday, change the day. Change the position. Add something. It might surprise you how much of a great time y'all have. You know, it's for the couple. Top, bottom, switch, whatever you want to do. Card 4. We need to have a talk. So, the stone is a carnelian. It is the passion stone. Maybe it's time to reignite. Maybe it's time to reconnect. Eight of Feathers. Let's get into the Eight of Feathers. Let me read. I want to read. I passed it. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Let her cook. One more. So this feels like a big shame card to me. And shame is preventing you from being a full-fledged human being. So if you're in the closet, if you're, scared to share your kinks with your significant other, if you just have desires that you've been hiding, it's time to not hide anymore. It doesn't mean you gotta get a bullhorn, I think it's called that, and announce it to the world. But if you have cultivated spaces either through friendship, through a sexual relationship with somebody, a romantic relationship, or just somebody that you know that is into different things, ask the questions, be curious. Eight of Feathers: bondage, humiliation, psychological entrapment, prior disappointments preventing present action. So, sometimes we play it so safe that there's so many boundaries against fully surrendering and letting go into pleasure. And so it might be that you just have a degrading kink and you just need to explore that and explore what that does for you. Do it with somebody who you know respects you, though. Do it with somebody who knows that there's a limit to it And that behind closed doors, everything is fair game. But once we're outside, baby, that's not how this rolls, right? And so explore as safely as possible. Have your safe word. But also don't pump the brakes every single time, right? Because you're ashamed or whatever. Stretch the limits a little bit. And in a way that is safe to you, with no, but also with saying, I'm gonna try a little bit, right? If it's too much, now you use your safe word. And that's with life. Shame and humiliation can be fun in the bedroom, not with how you speak to yourself, think about yourself in day-to-day life. Know the difference, right? And so, also try being the mistress or not the sub. Try being a dom. And there are different types of doms. Do your research. See what works. There are also kink communities that can do things in discretion. If you're looking to do stuff, be as safe as possible. I'm going to tell y'all that every time. Protection, protection, protection on all the waves. So that is what I have for you, card 4. I mean, carnelian literally is passion. Do what excites you. Life is too short. You know, if it's weird, there is somebody, what that girl say, Tinashe, match my freak. Somebody will. Somebody will. You can either pay for the services or you might find it in the right communities, okay? And so that is the end. I hope you enjoy this weekend. I feel like it's going to be really juicy. So, may we all connect to our pleasurable selves. May we enjoy pleasure, receive pleasure, give pleasure, and, get curious. I will see y'all next time. Again, if something resonates, be it now or be it later, come back, let me know what card you got. Share with a friend if you don't feel shy. Like the reading. I be seeing y'all seeing it. Okay, I'm looking at y'all, looking at me, looking at y'all. And subscribe. I have other videos as well.